she was happy, always. And she was the life of the party, like always the life of the party.
Family members speak out after learning that their loved one was murdered. What they told KRBC about Kendra Keppler.
Plus, a man is now charged with murder in connection to a North Abilene shooting. Who else is behind bars in connection to the crime?
And Big Hearts looking to change lives. How 6th grade students are raising money to help a student in Ghana. Abilene's local news starts now.
From Abilene's first television station, your news in your community. This is KRBC, Abilene's local news at 6.
Good evening, I'm Randy Turner.
And I'm Dane Murray. Thanks for joining us. We have a lot of news to cover today, but first, Randy, I know there's no severe weather going on today, but it's cold outside. What's going on?
Well, just couldn't get any sunshine going today. Thick cloud cover just filtering out the sunshine. But by tomorrow afternoon, we are going to welcome back the sunshine. Skies are still mostly cloudy across the region, but for a change, 3D Live Radar isn't showing rain across west central Texas, which we started the day with. But the clouds have certainly held down the temperature today. It's warmest it's been so far, 62 degrees right now at the Abilene Regional Airport. Wind is light northwesterly and humidity is high at 84%. And your weather over the next 12 hours, quite simply, cloudy and cool. No rain expected tonight, but we may see some fog, and temperatures will be dropping into the mid-50s in the morning hours. A warming trend and our next chance of rain, that's coming up in your full forecast in a few minutes.
We now know the identity of a murdered Abilene woman whose body was found in a residence in West Abilene last night, and friends and family members are speaking out.
She had blue hair. She would come in, she'd dance. She was dancing. She always made us laugh. She was the best. She was funny. She was outgoing. She was Kendra.
Very sad. Kendra Keppler's body was discovered on the 3900 block of Whittier Street last night. Soon after the Abilene Police Department arrived on scene, they classified the investigation as a homicide. KRBC's Anavid Reyes joins us live from the scene of the crime on Whittier Street. Anavid, you got a chance to sit down and speak with some of Kendra's family members. How would they describe their loved one?
Thank you, Dave. That's right. And after Kendra's identity was released earlier today, her family came forward, and actually I got to sit down with them and they told me they were completely shocked. But they did tell me Kendra was a fighter. Now, after they were notified of all the details inside from the scene of the homicide, they were told that there was blood everywhere on the walls, proving to them that Kendra fought until the very end. I also got a chance to ask them about her children, and they told me that though all 6 children were under CPS custody, that didn't mean that Kendra stopped fighting for them either. She was actually on her way to turn her life around and get a new job and a new home so she can one day be reunited with her children.
She was an amazing person. She could light up a room with her smile, no lie. She would walk in, and if anybody was down in the dumps, she would make sure you smiled.
Now, when I asked her relatives and friends about Kendra's whereabouts, they did tell me that she was very secretive about that. They didn't know where she was living in the past few months. And they also told me that Kendra did have a track record of being very blunt, and those who knew Kendra didn't like that very much. But that still doesn't prove who could do something or give them clues of who could do such a tragic thing. Now, APD is still investigating this as a homicide, and as we're speaking, APD has returned to the home, and it looks like they are doing some further investigation. So all Kendra's family wants right now is justice and peace. Reporting live in Abilene for KRBC News, Anavid Reyes, back to you in the studio.
Anavid, thank you. Officers wore hazmat suits as they worked the scene. Police say Keppler's body was inside the residence for days before it was found. Now friends and family are holding a candlelight vigil for Kendra beginning at 7 p.m. tonight at the 3900 block of Whittier Street.
A man behind bars charged in connection to a shooting in an Abilene apartment complex is now charged with murder. 18-year-old Jared Dykes of Anson was taken into custody Tuesday, still behind bars in the Taylor County Jail on bonds totaling over $100,000 for the murder and an unrelated warrant. 21-year-old Roberto Cisneros was pronounced dead on the scene in the 3400 block of Vogel Street. The other victim, whose identity has not been released, is in the hospital with serious injuries. 17-year-old Kobe Poston of Abilene, also behind bars, charged with aggravated assault with a deadly weapon in connection to the incident.
Big Country residents are concerned there may be a spike in crime after 3 homicides happened over the past week. So KRBC crunched some numbers to see how this compares to years past. Raids online statistics show the Abilene Police Department responded to 4 murders within city limits so far in 2016. KRBC selected the same time period, January 1st through May 19th, and found there were 4 murders in the same time period in 2015. There was 1 in 2014, 2 in 2013, and none in 2012.
A horrible tragedy brought 2 Brown County communities together last night to help a family in their time of need. Both Brownwood and Early showed their support for Rhonda Shante Blankenship last night. Blankenship is the 25-year-old woman who was recently murdered near her home at Lake Brownwood on Sunday night. The communities came together to show the family support in a very difficult time. At Coggin Park, a candlelight vigil was held, and across town, a Zumba benefit was held, in which all proceeds went to the family.
Well, we decided to do Zumba because we all love Zumba. We are all a family here, and most of us knew Michelle and her wonderful, beautiful daughter, and we're all part of her family as well, and so we wanted to do something from the gracious of our hearts.
Around 50 people showed up to the Zumbathon event and over 100 to the candlelight vigil.
Today, the 6th graders at Abilene Christian Schools presented a check of $1,800 to the Touch a Life Foundation.
And KRBC's John McMichael was there and asked them why they find this so important.
For many years now, the Touch a Life organization has been aiding exploited children in Ghana.
These kids' lives are just, you can't even imagine.
And about 6 years ago, Kimberly Brackett, a volunteer with the organization, partnered with Abilene Christian Schools to sponsor a boy the organization saved from trafficking.
This school has been nothing but a blessing.
This year, ACS has challenged the 6th grade class with heading the fundraising effort.
We challenged that class to be the lead class.
Because Francis, the boy the school has been aiding all these years, is about the same age as the 6th graders. So now he and this group can grow up side by side.
We just think that's a really special relationship.
And sticking with this new friend and helping him out through middle school and high school is a prospect that has been well received by the class.
I really like the way it feels to help somebody.
It's really fun to know that you're helping someone that's really in need, and you just kind of feel good for helping.
Over the years, the school has held events to raise money for Francis, and this year, the 6th grade got to add their own events like No Shave November, bake sales, and concession stands.
We get to do it with our class and with our school.
And in a few years, the class hopes to take one more step.
We've got a vision, I guess really a dream of when these 6th graders are seniors, organizing a trip where they can actually go over to Ghana and meet him in person.
A trip they are eager to take to meet a friend.
Once we do meet him, we'll know him so well that it'll be like we've known each other.
Reporting in Abilene, I'm John McMichael, KRBC News.
All right, John, thank you. And $1,800, that's all it takes to provide room and board for Francis. According to ACS officials, it's money the students are more than willing to take the time to raise.
Coming up on your local news at 6, the hot Texas summer days are almost here, and KRBC is keeping you cool. Stick around to get the details on the Fun in the Sun contest and what you need to do to win a trip to Schlitterbahn.
Abilene's high temperature today, 62 degrees after a low this morning of 54. Today's high is much closer to our average low for this time of year. And in the rainfall department, we received almost 1/4 inch of rain. And so that's going to bring the monthly total in Abilene to almost 5.5 inches, and our annual total now 14 3/4 inches, so over 7 inches above normal. And your allergy report, we have low numbers showing up in all categories today.